Hey everybody, thanks so much for joining us today. We're here with Darya Shahgheibi, and we're really lucky to be kind of learning from their recipe today. They're going to be sharing one of their family recipes. And Darya, you've been a part of the co-op for a really long time. Will you share with us how you found the co-op?
How I initially found the co-op actually is kind of a funny story. Um, I kind of happened upon the co-op on one of my first days in Champaign-Urbana when I was a freshman, moving into town. I was trying to go to the store, I think it was like Walmart or something, to get a bike. Um, and I had never ridden on a city bus because I'm from Arizona, and a lot of folks don't use the bus. But my roommate and I tried to take the bus to Walmart, but it was the Sweet Corn Festival and everything was rerouted. And we ended up like lost at Lincoln Square Mall. And I was like, is this the mall in this small town? Like, where am I? This isn't Phoenix. But we
Yes.
wandered around Lincoln Square Mall and wandered into the co-op to ask for help. They were like, oh, you poor babies. And I was like, well, I'm vegan. I'm just going to get food here. And I kind of fell in love with it. I lived in LAR, Lincoln Avenue Residence Hall, when I was a freshman. And they were actually like, that's the vegan dorm. They had vegan food there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's where I initially found out about it. And then when I was pregnant with my daughter, um, I was a single mom. So I applied for the Food for All program through the co-op, which is amazing. I'm glad that y'all do that.
Totally.
And that's how I initially became an owner, and I've been there ever since.
Yeah, well, I'm so glad you stumbled upon the co-op, and it's so nice to see you and your daughter at the co-op all the time. And yeah, that's how we've gotten to know each other over the years. Well, cool. Well, and we've been really excited. You shared some of the most delicious food with me a couple weeks ago. And will you talk a little bit about the dish that you are going to be sharing with the community today? Um, and it's the recipe that we're going to be featuring on our blog. But yeah, will you introduce your recipe and if it has any special significance to you and your family?
Yeah, so about 2 weeks ago, I made I made gourmet sabzi for Nowruz. Um, I kind of like made a lazy half scene, which is like the seven S's. And for my sabzi, I just use the sabzi from the Gourmet Sabzi, and sabzi are just herbs. Um, and so for the Gourmet Sabzi, it's basically just like a stew that takes like 4 hours to make. That my dad grew up cooking for me and my siblings and my mom. And initially, I hated it when I was a kid. So I was like, that's disgusting. Give me the chicken. I wasn't always vegan. And then I tried it because it looks different. I mean, it looks like just a bunch of veggies. It looks like grass clippings is what I always used to say. But then I tried it and I was like, this is delicious and my new favorite thing. Um, but yeah, it takes 4 hours to make and it's very time intensive. There are like easy, quick tricks to make it. Like some folks sell like gourmet sabzi spice bags. But you're supposed to like gather the veggies yourself, and especially like the week leading up to Nowruz when you're supposed to be celebrating spring and like the growth of herbs and veggies. I thought it would be very nice to do that. My dad was always, it was like a whole day thing where we'd help him like get the leaves off of the parsley and the cilantro, and it was all day. He would always say it takes 4 hours to make and 4 minutes to eat.
It was so good. I totally ate it all up. But yeah, that's so sweet, those memories. And yeah, will you describe some of the like tips and tricks on how to get that really nice crust on some of your on the rice?
Yeah. So I made a tahdig. Some folks use just like plain rice taddy. I prefer making taddy with either like a tortilla or making like lavash and laying that on the bottom of a like a pot and making that with taddy. That's my favorite. My sisters and I used to fight over it when we were little. Like we would throw fists because taddy is delicious. If you are Iranian, you know that. And yeah, I mean, I think that the biggest trick is to make sure you're not, I don't know, using too little oil. And make sure that when you put the oil on the bottom, you kind of swish it around because it's got to get on the sides too, or you're going to burn it. And I mean, if you have more than one person that wants a taddy, my biggest like tip is to divide your rice into different pots so that you can make multiple taddies. Yes.
Clever. Yeah, because
I mean, yeah, you can't do it with just one pot because you're gonna make people angry.
because everybody likes that crust.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I mean, and it always looks silly when you're making it because the best way to tell if your taddy is done and if the rice is done is by laying like either a rag or a paper towel over the top of the pot and then closing the lid on it and then checking to see if it's soaked. And when it's soaked, that means that it's done because it's soaked up all of the extra moisture.
Cool.
And so your stove always looks very silly because you have like your huge pot of Gourmet Sabzi, and then I'll have like 3 little pots of rice. We each get our own teddy in the Shahgheibi house.
That's so cute. That's so cute.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, and so you would watch your dad make it, and you learned from him. Does any of your other family make this dish too?
Yeah, my sisters. I have 2 sisters. I have a half sister who is not Iranian, and my full sister who is Iranian. And Lily, my younger sister, just started liking it. She was in the same boat as me, like this looks weird, but she has not yet decided to make it. She's also she's vegetarian, so I've given her the recipe so she can try to make it with the seitan.
Yeah.
But she hasn't yet. But yeah, my sister does like it though.
It's so good. And you made it vegan with our co-op seitan, which that's awesome. It was so tasty. Oh, and yeah, thanks so much for sharing. You totally shared some of that. We had it for dinner a few nights ago, and it was so delicious. And so thanks again for sharing.
Yeah.
So is your dad one of the people that you learned how to cook from? Or there anyone else that you kind of attribute your cooking from?
Yeah, I mean, my dad definitely taught me how to cook. He did not teach me patience about how to cook. I mean, Gourmet Sabzi and a lot of Iranian dishes are very time consuming. So I frequently walk into the kitchen and hear my dad is Kurdish. He's from Sanandaj.
Okay.
So I hear some Kurdish curse words. I cannot speak Farsi or Kurdish, but if you mutter some curse words in Kurdish or Farsi, I'll probably know what you're saying because of cooking with my dad. But my mom actually had her own bakery for a little bit.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, so I know how to make some baked goods like saffron and rose cupcakes as well that my mom did. So that's always fun.
Yeah, that sounds delicious. That sounds so good. Cool. And anything else you're cooking in this COVID era?
I don't know. I mean, I think that not necessarily cooking, but my daughter's been really involved in cooking recently. And she's 4 and she's been using like the knives and she's been really into cooking different things and trying new things, which is nice.
Yeah.
She is obsessed with chickpea cookies, saffron chickpea cookies.
Wow.
Like absolutely obsessed. I am too. They're delicious.
Is it like
Um,
a chickpea flour or do you?
yeah,
Oh, yum.
yeah, they're really good. They're like melt in your mouth. They're also gluten free because you use chickpea flour.
Wow. Yeah. And is it kind of like almost like a shortbread or oh, nice. Cool. Well, maybe down the line we'll have to have her teach us how to make it. Oh,
I think
cool.
we started
Um,
eating it, but yeah.
and you're at the Up Center right now. Will you tell us some of the work that you're doing at the Up Center?
Yeah, so I'm at the Epicenter right now. I am the programming director here. Um, I oversee all the programs and the events and all of that. And right now I'm actually getting ready for our very first Pride Committee meeting tonight.
Awesome.
I know it seems early, it's only April 1st, but we are gearing up for Pride Fest in September. Um, that's what I'm
That's
getting
great.
ready for. But more short term, we have some pride hikes that are starting up now that the weather's getting nicer and folks are getting vaccinated.
Oh,
I'll be leading some pride hikes, so you can,
cool.
which I'm excited for because I like hiking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's gonna
yeah,
be such a good idea. Yeah, to get people outside and it's a good way to socially distance, but still, see people. That's really special. Has the Ep Center done something like this before?
we've had pride hikes like as a special event during Pride Month, but I feel like folks are just so needing that connection after like this year-long isolation that I I don't know, I was like, let's just do a pride hike. And we've had about 15 people register. So
Oh,
we might have to divide into two groups. We shall
yeah,
see.
cool. That'd be great. Yeah, feel free to. We would love to help spread the word down the line. But yeah, that's amazing. Cool. Oh, and you had mentioned that there's some like music, like a almost like a music festival or a concert coming up. Is that-
Oh, yeah. That was last night. So last night we had our
Oh,
trans benefit showcase.
okay.
Um, yeah, yeah, it went really well. We were able to feature a bunch of trans artists for Trans Day of Visibility, which was nice. And it's something that we're going to be doing again during Pride Month, not Pride Fest, but Pride Month, which is in June. So in June you can be on the lookout for another like showcase. It won't. I think it'll be more general like LGBTQ folks in the community. So we're gonna be putting out a call for artists for that later in the year. But yeah, it'll be exciting.
Cool. Cool. Well, yeah, thanks for all your amazing work that you're doing. And if folks wanted to donate to the Up Center or learn more about it, what's the best way to find more information?
Yeah, so if they want to learn more about it, they can go to unitingpride.org. And if they ever want to join one of our support groups for youth or adolescents or adults or anyone, they can email me at Darya@unitingpride.org. I'm the person that gets folks connected to different
Sweet.
things. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
Well, thanks.
And
Thanks
I
for all
do
that
want
you're
to
doing. Say it
I do
again.
want to say, oh, sorry, I was just going to say that y'all are now on our affirming business directory. So
Yay.
the co-op is affirming. They're a cool place to go. Thank you for
Sweet.
being a part of that. I'm very glad that you are on that.
Absolutely, yeah. And we've loved working with the Up Center for many, many years. And yeah, I'm excited to see all the work you guys are doing, even in this new COVID era. And yeah, please
Yeah.
keep us posted on any other events you have coming up. Well, thank you so much for doing this. And I'm so glad I'm able to highlight your special recipe and folks can take a look at the recipe that you've made and if you make it, feel free to take photos and tag Daria and the Up Center on our Facebook page or but yeah, thanks again so much for
Yeah.
doing this and yeah, we'll be talking soon. Oh, nice. There it
Hey, well,
is.
It's all covered in sabzi, but it's okay.
I
I'll
love
type
it.
it.
Okay. I love it. Well, thank you so much again. And we'll keep in touch.
Yeah, have a nice one. Bye.
Okay. Bye.